I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, hey everybody, Jeri Bellini here. Welcome to the tiny crazy house this morning. You hear the blower in the background? So first it was somebody's car horn, which was right behind me. Their car horn went off and he got it to stop, and then it went off, stop, off, stop, off, stop, off. Went on for 45 minutes. That stopped, and then somebody's out there with the blower for another at least 30 minutes now, and it sounds like it's starting to quiet, and I'll keep thinking, oh, is he done? And then all of a sudden it goes, and then the planes. Okay, so I figured I could talk through that, but I couldn't show you some stuff through it. So today's video, I'm going to, if I sound a little frazzled, it's because I am. Anyway, it's actually kind of funny, right? So today's video is going to be a little bit more on the dots. And I was thinking, I had so many comments about them. What do I do with them? How do I finish them off? All kinds of stuff that I thought it would be worth another video. So I stitched 6 of them together. This is going to be my sample. And I'm actually going to, I'm going to hold it like this. I'm actually going to put mine in a picture frame, and I will show you that. But I'm also going to make a bag with them because I thought they would make a super cute bag. And I want to thank you for encouraging me to do something with them. I've been making these dots for a few years now and never did anything with them. I think that I just needed to make them, and it's wonderful that I have so many, so now I can just have some fun. But I did want to tell you, if you're going to go at it like I did and just kind of create them, that you should consider the sizes. If you're going to make different sizes, I tended to make this size and the bigger size. I don't know, they were just easier to applique, and I don't know, so I tended to do that. So I have a lot of them that are that size. Well, as I was laying things out, I wanted smaller ones, I wanted dark backgrounds, I wanted light backgrounds. And so just think about that when you're making your dots, if you care. If you don't care and you just want to make dots for the sake of making them, then just go for it and do what I did and worry about it later. So I stitched these 6 together, and I'm going to show you, let's just pretend, we're going to pretend in the video. I think I might be able to make it now because now I hear the blower stopped. We're going to pretend that this is a table runner or a placemat or a wall hanging that you just want to hang up like this. We're going to pretend that that's what this is, and I'm going to show you how to put the backing on it. And like I said, I am going to make a bag with it. Of course, I can't do that in the next 20 minutes. I'll do a show and tell at some point on that. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. All right, so let's move over to the table, and I will start showing you how to put a backing on this. Oh my gosh, I just want to say before I start how noisy it was in here this morning with the horn and the leaf blower and the machinery going by. It's finally just getting quiet. They must have went for their lunch. So quick, do the video, Jeri. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about possible ways to finish off some projects because I got a lot of remarks in the comments. How do I finish this off? What can I do with this? Blah, blah, blah. So let's pretend that this is a placemat or a table runner or a wall hanging. And it is 9 by 6. So I would say the easiest thing to do would be to get a piece of cloth that you like for a background, for a backing. You could also add batting to the center of this if you wanted to make a traditional quilt. I cut mine 1.25 inches bigger than my dots. Why? So that I would have plenty of room to make a mistake and fold this over. And you can see that I folded it over less here and more here. Not a big deal. So I cut my piece of cloth 10¼ inches by 7¼ inches. Here it is. Fold it over the edges. I'm just going to hold it this way because this way I'm sure not to go off screen. And what I did is I folded over one edge, laid this down, folded this under, then ironed it down, and folded this under, ironed it down, and there you go. It's pretty perfect. So now it's all folded over. Now what am I going to do with it? Now don't worry about this little stuff sticking out. Cloth is very forgiving. So now you have a bunch of choices. You could do a running stitch around the end, and you can do it in a matching color. You could do it in a color that would hide it. You could do it in black. So that's one idea. Another idea is to do invisible basting on it. So you would come up from the back, and I'm sure by now you know what invisible basting is. You'd come up from the back and just do little tack stitches along all the way around. Another idea, if you wanted to show, if you like primitive things, is you hold it and pin it before you start working on it to make sure it doesn't shift. But the next thing, an idea that I had is whip stitch it. So if I was going to whip stitch this one, I would use black thread because I have black here and I love the way that looks, and just crazy whip it. You could do the buttonhole stitch around the outside edge. I think that would look really pretty as well. You could do an embroidery stitch along the edge instead of the running stitch, something snazzy. And one of the things that I thought you could do was hold it together like this. If you didn't want anything to show, you could do it like you were doing applique. So you would put your needle and thread in there, and then you would just take little bites out of each side of the cloth, and just, it would be hidden kind of in between there. That's the way you do quilt binding. You try to just like stitch it down without seeing the stitches. So there, I gave you a bunch of ways to put these two pieces together. Now, all right, you have something in your mind to make, and this isn't going to work because maybe you need it to be 7 inches and this is only 6. So in that case, I would suggest, I'm trying to like think outside the box here and give you some other crazy ideas. So I would suggest getting a piece of cloth. I did my 5-minute visual texturing on this yesterday. Now you can lay your dots down on something like that, and if you would like, you could put 2 layers of cloth back here. I always like to use 2 layers. It just feels better. So you could put 2 layers of cloth back there, and then you could actually, I'm hoping you can visualize this, you could actually then treat it like a quilt edge, and you can just fold like a binding over it. Can you picture that? So it would look something like that, right? But maybe it would be the same cloth, maybe it would be a complementary cloth, and it would frame out your piece, and then you would applique this, your dots, down onto the cloth. Okay, so picture it. Can you picture it? Yes, I hear you. So that's another idea. I have yet another idea. So this is one of my mom's quilt blocks, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a link for it. And I've been making a quilt with my mother's t-shirts since I started the dots. Actually, I think I was doing them around the same time. And so I have a lot of her t-shirts, and I don't have to turn that under. So this is all t-shirt material. It is not folded under. I just cut out a round circle, and then you can see I did the same thing I would do with my regular dots. I did a little fancy stitching, fun stitching on there, running stitch, you know, you can see what I did, French knots, etc. And I had, let me show you what's underneath it. I had this block because I prepared blocks for my mom's quilt. And so this one happens to be a larger size than my 3x3. This is a 4x4. So I thought, how cute that looks, right? I can applique those down and hide the stitches, or I can do running stitch around the outside edge. Again, similar to what I just told you about putting your block down on a piece of fabric. So you could also, which I'm going to do, but unfortunately I can't show you today, you could make a bag with it. And I started it already, but I haven't made it yet. I do want to show you what I'm doing. Now, I'm going this way. Can we see? Yes, we're in frame. So I'm going to go this way. But you know what? I'm going to hold it this way so you can see the whole thing, and you'll understand in a second. So this is what I'm going to do. Hold on. This was my daughter Amanda's idea, and Brian has been bugging me to get some of my artwork up on the wall, so this is perfect. So I bought these beautiful mats for my eco prints, and doesn't that look amazing? So this one is going in a frame, and it's going on the wall. I love it. Okay, I do have a piece of glass to go on top of this, but I'm not going to put that here because the glare will shoot up at the camera. So I think, you know, I gave you some really good ideas. I think. And if you have some other ideas and you would like to share them, I would love to see them. And also I wanted to mention, I would love to have you in my Facebook community, because people are already sharing what they've been doing with these dots. Can you believe it? I mean, these dots aren't even, what are they, 2 weeks old? And people have actually finished projects with them already. I am so impressed. So that is this week's video for you. And next week, I'm going to start something new. I will show you my bag as I progress with it. And I want you all to keep moving. Just play, no rules, and remember to be grateful for something today. And I am so always so grateful for you. I'm grateful for these dots, that they are giving us so much inspiration, and yeah, I love it. And such a small portable project. How can you go wrong? So until next time, I will see you soon. Sending you love. You hear that? You hear the kisses? Did you hear it over the noise in the background? Bye for now, guys.